Good morning, everyone, and so excited to be with you this morning. First, I want to really talk a little bit about the violence that's happening in our community and ask everyone to make sure that they understand that every life is valuable. You know, to have two 14-year-old young men be shot in our city, an 18-year-old was murdered this past weekend. It's, in broad daylight. I mean, we're better than this. We are much better than this, Rochester. And there is nothing that is so pressing, no issue that is so pressing that we can't work through it. We can't talk it out. We can't meet with one another and have a discussion. I understand that, things are a little bit different because of the pandemic, but our services, our resources are still here. Our Pathways of Peace team is still here. Our police department, other support in the community from Rise Up Rochester to Rock the Peace. All of them are still trying to do everything that they can to ensure that people live. I don't understand why, we think or people think that it's okay to take a mother or father's son. It just doesn't make sense to me, or their daughter for that matter. Nothing can be that pressing and you are that upset about that you take somebody's life and you can't bring them back. And this is not just about, I used to work for Slim and David Gant, and I can't tell you the number of times mothers and fathers would call the office after their child was convicted of a crime, and they were in prison, and talk about how they were being treated, and they can't help you. And so when you go to jail, the people that love you the most that are on the outside, those people that love you the most suffer right along with you, because there's nothing that they can do to help you. There's nothing that they can do to save you. And you call and you ask for their help and their assistance, but you're there by yourself. When those doors closed, it's over. And your loved ones, your mother, your dad, your children, your baby mother, your wife, whatever it is, they suffer along with you. And so you're not just doing something to the person that you're angry with, you're doing something to everybody in your family that care about you. Because I can tell you that you will be held accountable. Everybody, they're going to be held accountable. And the police department and others are going to work very, very hard to make sure that whoever took that life is brought to justice. And so I just want us to, if you are not thinking about the victim, then at least think about your own family. Think about the own people that love you. We have to pour into our young people. I know that, we can talk about programs, we can talk about all of that, but we have to change the hearts and minds of people. So I'm asking parents, grandparents, everybody, ministers, whoever you have a relationship with, girlfriends, boy, whoever you have a relationship with, speak life, speak joy, speak happiness, speak faith over your loved one. Speak it into the city. Speak it over every person. No matter whether they love you or don't like you, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, we are gonna be held accountable one way or the other. One way or the other. I want him to say, well done, my good and faithful servant. So I'm asking us to think twice about what we're doing. And if you're not thinking about the person you're angry with, think about the people you love. And that's going to suffer right along with you as you go through the challenges. Because you can't take it back. You can't take it back. Sorry, I'm sorry. At times, can't fix it. I was telling my daughter just the other day, one bad decision can change your entire life. One bad choice can change your entire life. So don't take a chance. Don't take a chance. I know personally, don't take a chance. Because your loved one, your children, the people that you were given to take care of, they suffer beyond immeasurable moments. And you have to understand that we all have an obligation to do right by our children, to love them unconditionally, and to give them the support, the education, and understanding that I know some of us didn't have. And let me say that. I wasn't born with the silver spoon in my mouth. My life wasn't perfect. And I'm not saying that I didn't make mistakes in my life or bad choices or anything like that growing up, because I had my challenges, because my anger took over sometimes. I had my own challenges. But I can tell you that my daughter, Taylor, I want to give her, as every parent that I know, they try to do what they know is best to do by their children. And I am asking everyone in our community to take a step back, to think about our children, what they are seeing, what they are hearing, and the obligation that we have to them to lift them up. We have an obligation and a duty to not put them in situations where they suffer. So as we move forward today, let us all take an introspective look at ourselves and speak life over our community, speak life over our children, and understand that nothing is worth pulling a trigger or stabbing someone or taking someone's life. Nothing at all. I want to again extend my condolences to those that have lost loved ones in our community. As I said, we have the Person in Crisis team, you can call 211. We have our Pathways to Peace team, you can call 311. We have Rise Up Rochester, you have Rock Against Gun Violence Coalition that Vice President Willie Joe Lightfoot has been in charge of, and working with Moms Against Gun Violence, the Brady Group, and all of that. We have many resources in our community to help out. You have a number of not-for-profit community organizations, from Action for a Better Community to Urban League Rochester. All of them have different programs, whether you're talking about Youth Build or you're talking about what we have in the city with our Summer of Opportunity programs, or our Rejob or YAMTEP, whatever it is. We can build a staircase, but we can't make anybody walk it. And I can tell you that there is a staircase. It is up to each and every one of us, whether we want to take the first step. Dr. Martin Luther King said, that's faith. Faith is taking the first step when you can't see the rest of the staircase. None of us know what the future holds. But I'm telling you that there is a staircase, and I'm asking you to take the first step. Now, I'm off my soapbox right now, and I'm gonna go into, just some exciting things that we've done in the community, but I just had to get that off my heart and really just let you know how, not only I feel, but I know that many people in our community have felt the pain. We all going through this pandemic together and across the country. Across the country, young people, children, kids, 2 and 4, and in this city, 10 and 14. For what? For what? They didn't ask to come here. We brought them here. Let's give them a good life. The best possible life that we can provide for them. The support and the resources are out there. I'm asking all of us to utilize them and make better decisions. I was excited this past Thursday to join with our community and to really announce the first type of development of this kind in the city of Rochester. We have worked very, very hard to really to elevate Rochester's profile, elevate the opportunities of our community, local, not just locally, but nationally. And we were able to announce this past week that we have a team of agencies, the Dawson Corporation out of Atlanta, Georgia, that will serve as the prime developer to drive the private sector investment at Bull's Head Revitalization Project. Anybody from Rochester, Bull's Head is a gateway to downtown from the west side. It was a vibrant neighborhood. My grandparents lived on Jefferson Avenue, and that's where I grew up and selling watermelons and all of that. And I saw that particular area just really decline. My grandfather worked at Wegmans, that was right there on West Avenue. And my grandmother, took her clothes to the cleaners right there on Genesee Street and went to the pharmacy and all of those things that was located in that neighborhood. And over the last 3 decades, slowly but surely, things just started to decline. Well, as a city, we decided, and my administration, looking at the disinvestment in the neighborhood, decided to acquire land. We're still in the process of acquiring a couple more parcels, but when it's all said and done, we will own 12 acres of land, and we have selected the first national African-American developer to come to this city to develop a predominantly African-American neighborhood and bring back the resources to the community and work with the community partners that have been there, like Rochester Regional, who is investing more in St. Mary's Hospital, like Delphi and Rise and all of them that have invested in the community. We're going to do more because it's the right thing to do. And because I believe that when you invest in your commercial corridors, you're investing in the lifeblood of a community. And it is part of what we have been doing. Many of our commercial corridors, whether you're talking about the reason why we did the International Plaza at La Marqueta on Clinton Avenue, Edna Craven Estates going up on Joseph Avenue, and we're doing a master plan for Hudson Avenue, but still now investment. I drove down Upper Falls, and there, and we renovated school number 22. We have a gas station on the other side, housing on the other side. We have First Genesis Church on the other side. And then you have one more building that's going to get renovated. The charter school over there is being upgraded as well. I can tell you, every part of this community is growing, and we're providing the support and an affordable housing and all of that we can provide. But it's all for naught if we don't change our hearts and minds and know that trouble don't last always. It doesn't last always. We may be hurt today. You might have made me mad today, but I know it's not going to last always. And so I'm thankful for Dawson Corporation for looking at our city, for investing in our city, for investing in our community, because we know that this project, when completed, is going to be transformative. Let's be clear. That 12 acres of land in that development is larger than the Interloop East development along East Avenue and along that corridor. It's larger than the Midtown development. This is a game changer for our community. And they have not only the partners that have the knowledge and the information for affordable housing, they have the partners that have the knowledge and the information for commercial development. And we're excited about that. And we're going to continue to move forward and work with the community to bring the amenities. When I say amenities, meaning rather that's health stuff that we need to enhance, our seniors aging in place, and being a part of the solution and being able to grow, I'm not gonna say old, become more seasoned in their community, in their neighborhood. Or our young people just being able to have jobs and be able to walk to work right in their neighborhood. That's what we're doing, not what we look to do, but what we're doing and what we hope to do more of as we move forward. Also, this past Friday, I was excited to join with our Latino community in the Rochester Hispanic Baseball Youth League to announce the completion of the improvements at Don Samuel Torres Park. Wanda Martinez, who I've known for a long time, been part of the Project Hope neighborhood, really is a granddaughter of Don Samuel Torres, and was at the table this whole time. And he was a staunch advocate for the Latino community, invested a lot of time, resources, energy in uplifting the community. And we wanted to elevate the park for our young people and for our seniors. The Father Tracy housing at Las Flomarianas is right there. So seniors could bring their grandchildren over, have a place to sit down and for them to be able to play on the play apparatuses. Our young people have a dugout and a state-of-the-art baseball diamond and field that they can play baseball on. The basketball court was elevated to be regulation size. We have outdoor exercise equipment there, and all of that. It's for our community, and we need to take care of it. It's ours. And that means to make sure that we're utilizing the park in the way that it was meant to be utilized and take care of it. And so, we're excited about this particular project because it completes the development of that particular park. And, the Hispanic Baseball League has been around for a long time. And I know that they not only play at Don Samuel Torres Park, but they also play at Baden Park. And that's another park that we are getting ready to upgrade. a number of years ago, I worked with Junio Kodo to bring to bring the amenities to be able to sell hot dogs and all that other types of goods there at Baden Park, but that field needs to be upgraded as well. And we're hopeful that with the American Rescue Funds, we'll be able to do that. We're still doing input sessions. So if you have thoughts on what we can spend the dollars that our federal government is giving to the city, I would ask that you go to www.cityofrochester.gov. That's www.cityofrochester.gov/ARPA and fill out the survey. We also have a telephone town hall that's coming up. I believe that's coming up on this Thursday. We did a Zoom input session where we got a lot of feedback from that, but we need your assistance. So please exercise your right to be heard and let us know how you think these dollars should be spent in our community. Now, let me be clear, these are non-reoccurring dollars. So what do I mean by that? That means that this is a one-time infusion into our community for dollars. So, we're gonna try to do our best to not use this money to actually, for ongoing reoccurring expenses. And so that not a lot of programs, but a lot of infrastructure, some clearing out some lead pipes, clearing out some, upgrading our parks, maybe doing the nature center at Maplewood, housing, whether we're talking about our Housing First Trust Fund, where really looking at how do we provide mortgages and opportunities for people that's below 60% of the AMI. And when we say AMI, that's the median income. I know we say that a lot, that's an acronym, but we're saying that, the median income is X. And, if you're 60% below the median income, we're gonna try to help you build wealth in your neighborhood and in your community and in your family by purchasing a home. And it really bothers me that our banks would jump to give people that are 60% below the AMI a $60,000 car loan, but they won't jump to give them a $60,000 mortgage. Because we know that when you drive that car off the lot, it's over. The car is not worth the paper and the ink that you signed it with. It is going to depreciate. Buying a home, investing in the community, building wealth that you can pass on for generation to generation, that's worth the ink. And so we're gonna do our best to figure out ways to increase home ownership. And, we have, in our first time home buyers program, last year or the year before last, I would say, because, during the pandemic year, everything was challenging, but we helped more people, first time home buyers, increase that number. And we're thankful for that. And we want more people to be able to own homes, but everybody doesn't want to own, and I understand that. And that's why we are not just building affordable housing and market rate housing. We're building the housing for workforce housing, where we have people that make too much money to actually being affordable, not enough for market rate. And so we want to build housing for those people, and we have been, and that's, in the Sibley building, you have that, in developments along what we're doing on East Main, we have that, and in our neighborhoods. So all of them, you have those opportunities to do that. And we're creating those opportunities as well. But we have in enhancing what we currently already have, making it better, making it serve more people so that everyone can take advantage of the opportunities that our community has to offer. Lastly, I want to talk about a new initiative that we're doing with Councilmember Melendez. And we have announced the Rock the Block employment fairs. It's the first series of Rock the Block employment fairs. It's going to take place on June 10th at the corner of Central Park and 3rd Street. So it's going to take place, or I'm sorry, it took place on the corner of Central Park and 3rd Street this past week. It was about a job fair that brought in community partners. We all talk about how unemployment has gone up because of the pandemic. And, I know a lot of employers right now that need employees, especially in the restaurant business. And, so I'm encouraging people to really come out to this Rock the Block series. It's in partnership with our Office of Community Wealth Building, Ramonda Gibson Stevenson. We have helped, hundreds of people get employed with Amazon. Hundreds of people are going through one or another program like YAMTEP or ReJob, but we wanted to create, and I have to give Councilmember Melendez the kudos here because it wanted to build an opportunity in a neighborhood that really just focused on employment and bring in people that are looking for employees right into the neighborhood and into the community so that people can get the information and resources that they need to make an informed decision about their next employment opportunity. And so I would ask that you continue to stay abreast. You can go to our website, www.cityofrochester.gov/rock-the-block to figure out when the next employment fair will be. These employment fairs, as I said, bring employees and future employees and employers together. And so, we have partnerships with many different employers throughout the community. So when I say anything from Ausco Uniforms to Amazon to Bausch + Lomb to CDS Life Transitions to our financial empowerment centers to Complimar Partners to Concentrix, Genesee Brewery, Greenlight, Hammer Packaging, Heritage Christian Services, Hillside Family Services. I am telling you, if you're looking for a job, you want to come to the Rock the Block employment fair and meet with employers, talk to them about how to become a part of their organization and, really work at, coming to, I would say, come prepared to get a job. And when I say come prepared to get a job, I have family members that work in human resources, and I can tell you that, sometimes, and I say this to my little cousins all the time and my nephews, don't walk into somewhere for an interview with the t-shirt on or with your pants hanging down. I have people, so I'm talking personally. I tell my young people there are many groups out here that can help you with clothing. Dress for Success is one of them. You also have the Open Door Mission. They have an employment, organization, part of their center and their clothing giveaway and bank. They have specific items for people that are going on interviews. And so there are places that you can get a nice shirt, a nice pair of slacks, a nice pair of shoes to go to your interview. And if you need to know more about where you can go, don't hesitate to call our Office of Constituent Services at 428-7045. So again, from introducing the Dawson Group and selecting them for our development at Bullis Head to unveiling and doing the ribbon cutting and finishing Don Samuel Torres Park to the first of many employment fairs in the neighborhood called Rock the Block. We are moving forward as a city. I encourage you all to get your vaccines. We have some exciting things happening this summer. We announced our Summerfest lineup, and we'll announce more. But I want you to come and see Boys and Men without wearing a mask. So please, 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 get your vaccinations. We also have a lot happening at the 5. We announced a series of lineups from Movie in the Park to actually, on Sundays with DJ Reg, dancing in old school, having a great time in the park, on the 5, to yoga on the 5, and all of these different things at the 5. And so we're encouraging you to take advantage of those. If you would like to host an event at the 5, please contact the Rochester Riverside Convention Center, and they will be able to help you do that. Again, I thank you for joining me today, and want to leave you with this quote from the great late Shirley Chisholm, who said, "Service is the rent you pay for the room on this earth." All of us can do something. We're not asking you to do things large, but everybody can do something. Have a great day, Rochester. Have a great week. And I am off to get ready for work. And I hope you're doing the same. But I encourage you all, hold your children very, very close. Speak life over your children. Speak life over our community. Let's work together, because I know that together we can do anything that we put our minds to. Bye-bye.